Yes, we are here. Video 3, ggplot2 on the grammar of graphics in R. So creating these visualizations are so fun, so cool, so different, and such a vibe. So when it comes to creating the visualizations within R, there's other base R packages or base R mechanisms that I'm not gonna teach you. But just I want you all to be familiar that they actually exist. The actual function that we're going to, at least the package that we're going to use, is called ggplot2. ggplot2. And that's within the tidyverse. Okay, that's within the tidyverse. But again, I want us to, load each package and understand where each function comes from, so we can just have a better understanding of the packages and functions dynamic within the tidyverse. So we're going to load ggplot2. You don't have to install it because you installed the tidyverse because it did it for you. So that's that. And I skipped the plus sign. I'm gonna talk more about that in a little bit. But what happens at least right now, what happens right in terms of ggplot and how it works, it works by layers. So we can add layers of information or add layers of aesthetics to the actual plot in order for us to display what we're trying to display. So right now, let's say we're looking at a scatter plot and we're trying to look at the relationship between weight and miles per gallon. This is a stat class. So if I had to ask you, what do you think the explanatory variable is? You should say weight, so therefore it will be on the x-axis, and then in the back of your mind, the response variable has to be on the y-axis, which is miles per gallon, because the only other variable. Okay, and so when I do this, when I just have the plot, ggplot, as a function, the data is just going to be empty cars. Okay, empty cars. My x is going to be, I don't know, weight. And then my y is going to be miles per gallon. I saw that person walk behind my screen behind me just now. That was kind of scary. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. My door's locked. Alright, so this could be a scary movie. I'm done. Alright, so when I run this, it's just going to give me a blank. This is show below, that's fine. It just gives you a blank canvas because I didn't specify the actual particular geometric layer at which it could be a scatter point or a point on a graph. So as you can see, I'm going to eventually add that layer, but there's so many things that we can do to make this plot look better. One of the things I hate is the gray background. So we can change that. I'm going to eventually change that soon, some part of the video. We can improve the the axes names. All right, we can change it to be actual names, and we also provide a title as well. So stay tuned. We're going to get to that. So let's actually plot this now, but then actually see the points. Okay, let's actually see the points. Okay. So I'm going to just run this. Now I see the points. Okay, I see the points. Because P1 now added the geom point. And so this is where I didn't get to say this before, but the explanatory variables on the x-axis, the response variable is on the y. Both variables are quantitative. So it makes sense to use a geom point to denote that actual Cartesian, it's the ordered pair, that's what it's called in math, right? Which is fine. But when it comes to very different variable types, if it were to be categorical, we may want to do something else. Okay, we may want to do something else. So take note of that. So let's do another plot. Let's see a histogram. So when it comes to a histogram, ideally it's going to be a categorical variable. A quantitative variable. Okay, quantitative variable. So here, which is nice, is that instead of saving the information as P1, I'm just going to put it all in one line of code in the following manner. Okay, so the data is going to be coming from empty cars. Okay, empty cars, empty cars, and then the static is going to be just miles per gallon. mpg. And then when it comes to the bin width, the actual size of each bin, we're just going to make it 2. Okay. So that is my histogram of miles per gallon. So you can change the bin. Let's say it's like 3. This is going to decrease the number of bins, right? Make it like 5. And it's so cool. I'm telling you, because I haven't experienced it like this. I haven't experienced Positron. This is really, I'm laughing because it's really exciting. This is really cool. Like, oh my gosh, I feel so like advanced. Okay, so that's cool. I'm gonna cheat you all. I don't know if this is in the notes, but it's fine. I'm just gonna cheat you it anyway. I'm gonna add another layer. One of the issues right now, this isn't auto indents, but okay. I'm gonna call it theme. I'm not gonna call it. I'm gonna use theme BW for black and white. So then, therefore, when I run this, that gray background goes away. I love that. Okay, I love that. And that is, I don't get to do that many. Oh, I guess I do. I guess talk about themes. Okay, I'm gonna be patient. I'll be patient. All right, so with that being the case, that is the histogram. Is there anything else I could show for now? No, this is fine. Oh, yeah, I'll leave that for next time. So box plot here, we're going to look at. We're not going to look at just. We could just look at one box plot, and then we could just look at the box plot of miles per gallon. But we can look at a box plot across. 4 miles per gallon across different levels of a particular variable. We're going to look at the miles per gallon across the different number of cylinders. So we're treating the number of cylinders that, if you remember from the previous video, I think it's 468. We're treating it as if it's a categorical variable rather than a numeric variable. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in one of the previous videos, that it was not only this VS and AM that were considered to be categorical binary or categorical, and that there's others just depending on the number of variables present, number of levels within the variable present to dictate whether a variable is considered to be categorical or not. So here, the data is going to be this empty cars, the aesthetic. The x-axis, we're going to make it be, I already programmed it. It's going to be cylinder, and then y is going to be the miles per gallon. So how many box plots should I see? Ideally, I should see 3. We'll run this. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And if you want it to be fancy, okay, we don't have to do theme BW. There's a lot of different themes. I think if you tab it, no, it doesn't do it. The autocomplete, maybe because I'm in visual mode, that's why it doesn't autocomplete. But there's minimal, I think. Minimal. I have to spell. Let's see. Boom. Boom. There we go. Another. Wow. So that's cool. Another theme. So that is that. You know what's cool is that we can switch the order and have it be horizontal. So say this is Y, and then this is X. Boop. Kind of cool, right? Right? Learn new things. And just because we're on that same wavelength of thought, I'm going to add another function called chord. I'm doing things that are not in my notes. Chord flip. And ideally, this is going to flip it back to what it originally was. Yeah, there we go. So you now learn about chord flip. The order doesn't matter, right? And so on and so forth. But I primarily, in terms of readability, I try my best to keep it as X and then Y. And I use chord flip when needed. Okay. There we go. So now let's talk about what's the next one? Enhancing a plot by layer. So we already did this to an extent. Okay, so we're going to add labels and make it look a little bit nicer. So the data is going to be empty cars. X is going to be, we're going back to scatter plot, aren't we? Weight. Okay. And then we're going to look at miles per gallon. Okay, boom. Boop. And run this. Oh, we're saving that as base plot, so that's why we didn't see it. I'll just show it to you that it does exist. We did run it. Boom. There we go again. When add labels to it, so much in this label in this answer. So here, this label, I'm able to specify the title, specify the X, specify the Y, and my answer key is a little long, but let's see how fast I can type. So it needs to be in quotations, by the way, in terms of this. So it's going to be fuel efficiency versus car weight. Okay. X is going to be the weight in gallons. No, weight in pounds of per 1,000 pounds. So weight is going to be for 1,000 lbs. And as you can see, it's not in quotes. Is going to be a problem. I'm still in comment mode, so it's not that big of a problem, but I changed it. Then last but not least, we'll say miles per gallon. Miles per gallon. Okay. So then if I just do, again, if you find out how to uncomment all at once, let me know. All right. So when I plot this, it should look nice. Or at least, oh yeah, there we have our titles. Does it go into that? Okay, I'm gonna do more in this video than I always do that. But like I said earlier, you can make it a theme, remove the gray background because I hate the gray background, which is cool. But we can also add a trend line, which is also cool. We're gonna talk more about this in I think week 5 or later on in the course, but there's a function called LM for linear model for a straight line if you're going to add a trend line, and then specifying this is standard error. I'm going to say false because I don't want to see the gray band around it, and so this is the plot now. But if I said true, you'll see a gray band that indicates, I believe it's the prediction interval. It's the prediction interval. And you can change it to be the confidence mean interval, but that's neither here nor there. Alright, so the thing that I wanted to show you, because I love teaching this stuff, so cool, is that I paused because I really don't like this title all the way to the left. I really don't like it. So there is a layer called theme, more generally speaking, that allows you to control the tick marks in the label of the tick marks, allows you to control the font size, the font type, all these little other details in the actual plot. And I'm not going to show you all of them. I'm only going to show you one thing that you can do. It's called plot.title. And I can set that equal to element. And the element thing that we're actually changing is the text. Okay. And that's in parentheses as well. And then we're going to say HJust. So that's adjusting the horizontal element to 0.5. Okay. And when I run this, boom, it's in the middle. Alright, so what I'm going to then do, because I'm in color doing this, I'm going to say bold. I think, is it bold? Alright, I think it's face. It's face is equal to bold. Okay, boom. Now it's bold. Size is equal to 15. Make it bigger. And then let's say color is equal to red. Okay. Boom. Alright, so that's that. Okay, I'm 3 videos in, and I'm solid 15 minutes in. That's good. I still want to teach more. So that is it for plots. But one of the things that learning about this IDE, which is nice, is that we can do so many cool things, such as preview our document. So if we preview this, we can actually see what the rendered markdown file will actually look like. Okay, and so look at that. Isn't that fancy? So there's all this video 1, video 2. I'm pretty sure you should be able to see the plots. It does show the plots. I must have something on the top of the code that's modifying that, but you should be able to see the plots. Interesting. Maybe in video. What video is this? Is this video 2? This is video 3. Maybe in video 4 I'll figure that out. Ah, that's why. Okay. Because that eval is equal to true. So I'm going to do eval is equal to true. And then I'm going to go to preview. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right? Right. Alright. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and have a great day.